Hey guys, welcome back to a new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we're going to be discussing episode 11 of Ninjago Crystallized, entitled The Fifth Villain. Now, as per usual with these episode reviews, my plan is to go over my general thoughts on this episode, talk about the good and the bad, and finally, towards the end of the video, I will give the episode a score out of 10. Also, this video will in fact contain spoilers for the episode in question, and this review will contain my own opinions. You have been warned. So in terms of this episode, it does indeed have some ups and downs, I feel. I really like the moments in which the ninja are actually regrouping at Twitchy Tim's establishment. Those moments are pretty fun to see. I love them trying to plan out and theorize who the next target of the Crystal King will be, kind of similar to Ninjago YouTubers making Ninjago theories about who might be recruited. I really liked that sequence as well. They eventually decide on the mechanic, which I think is an excellent choice, and the ninja visit the mechanic towards the conclusion of this episode and find themselves in a little bit of a battle with the mechanic, which I thought was a really cool and well done action sequence. Lloyd eventually disguises himself as the mechanic and does indeed get picked up by the Crystal King, so that's pretty enjoyable. Or at least the person who's recruiting bad guys for the Crystal King's council. You guys get what I mean, right? And honestly, one of my other favorite moments of this episode was actually in regard to Fugitive. Now, I talk a lot of smack about Fugitive. In fact, in a couple of my episode reviews that I've done so far, I've talked smack about Fugitive, like a lot of smack. But this episode actually kind of redeems his character for me. He actually assists the ninja in escaping, and that was a very selfless thing to do. You gotta give Fugitive props for that one. I'm still not super big on his character personally, but this episode really didn't do anything to diminish his character, nor did it do anything to build him up for me. He does exist and he is an important part of this season, I will give him that, but overall I felt his presence to be enjoyable, but not really necessary. I'd say my favorite parts of this episode are definitely the moments in the mechanic's hideout, you know, where the ninja are battling the mechanic. Those moments for me are the standout moments of this entire episode. There's also some pretty funny moments too, between Jay and Kai, again showing that that relationship is indeed mending, which I think is important. But all in all, I thought this episode was fairly decent. Kind of boring in a few parts maybe, but overall this episode doesn't give me a lot to complain about, but it also doesn't give me a whole lot to praise either. The episode overall is kind of bland. It feels like a stepping stone to get to the big finale of part 1 of Crystallized, which I am very much looking forward to watching and reviewing. And overall, guys, this episode, while boring in a few parts, is fairly decent. There's not a whole lot to complain about, like I said, but there's also not a whole lot to praise. So in terms of a score for this episode, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Kind of an interesting episode to review personally. This episode will probably not leave any big impact on me moving forward, but I did think overall it was enjoyable nonetheless. Just a little bit bland, a little bit boring. That's really my only issue with this episode. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on episode 11 of Ninjago Crystallized, The Fifth Villain. Feel free to leave all your thoughts down below in the comments regarding what you thought about the episode and what did you think of my review as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys again in the next upload. Peace.